This is In the Parks and Beyond, the podcast where we dive deep into the magical world of Disney, explore the thrills of Universal, and venture beyond the parks. Join us for insider tips, expert insights, and world-class recommendations on the best rides, shows, and hidden gems. We'll take you on culinary journeys with top food picks and share exciting adventures from destinations around the world. So, pull your lap bars down and head into the parks with us as we embark on this roller coaster we call life.
I'm Josh.
I'm Jerry, and welcome back to In the Parks and Beyond
Podcast. I want to say it feels like it's been forever, but that's just on our end. It feels like it's forever since we recorded, but really it's only been a week and a half for you guys.
Yeah, we've been pretty consistent with the pumping out the content. Not so much filming, but the content.
And we only have 2 more episodes left, if I'm not mistaken. This one so. And then 2 more?
Yep, I believe so. In this season, anyway. No, we're ending. We're not ending.
No, just season 2. We got to recover. We got to, get a game plan.
Ideas flowing again.
But we have some pretty big news out of Six Flags.
Yes, New Jersey.
Kingda Ka is closing. How do you feel about that, Jerry? Because I do remember that was your first coaster.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it was the first one that kicked me off to want to ride coasters. I should say, because like we back in New England we had Superman, Ride Steel, so like Kingda Ka blows that one out of the water, but it's sad news. And it's so funny because I didn't realize it was closing. I saw it from, I know you follow, I don't know if anybody else follows her, but the Crystal Palace. She's the one that kind of announced it. And I was kind of taken back for a second. I was like, wait a minute, that's closing? I'm like, yeah, it's only 10 or so years old. I'm like, wow.
I guess.
I'm like, is that true? I read into it. I was like, it's true.
I guess it costs them millions of dollars a year to run it.
Sure does.
The electromagnets that propel it.
You got it.
But what's interesting about that fact is, that being the reason they're closing it, is that they announced that they're going to replace it with a multi-record-breaking coaster.
That's what they're saying, so we'll see.
I'm curious, because I think it was Six Flags. That Top Drag? Was that Six Flags?
I believe...
Or is that Cedar...
I think that might be Cedar Point.
Top Drag. Top Thrill to Cedar Point, yeah. So
yeah,
I believe...
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point did that, but instead, they did that to their old coaster and revamped it. But Six Flags,
they had to do it because of the part that fell off.
Yeah,
a couple of years back, and so they had to revamp it. But Six Flags are just completely dismantling and
I just don't know, because multi-record breaking. If it costs them millions of dollars to run a ride like Kingda Ka, it can't be that high. That height again, because it'll just be the same boat.
It's the same cost. It'll be the same cost. Yep. Unless multi-breaking, they're hoping to attract more people. So
true.
Who knows? But
this is very true.
Know. Yeah, it's Six Flags. I don't know how much they really will. Well, I'm not trying to dog on Six Flags, but
I know that they have some extra cash flow now that they all merged together.
Yes.
But, again, I can't think of a ride that would be better than Kingda Ka there.
But yeah, and that's not the only thing that's closing too. They're also closing.
I know.
Green Lantern.
Yes, Green Lantern.
Green Lantern there too. So it'll be interesting what they're actually bringing, because I think they're bringing another coaster with it as well. So we'll see.
The multi-record breaking coaster is 2 different coasters with 2 different.
Yeah. One's the fastest. One will be semi-taller.
I don't know. But I mean, I thought it was interesting that, and I get it's a company and they don't want to leak it, but
sure.
They were telling people, no, it's not going anywhere. Don't worry about it. And then they're like, oh, by the way, it's closed.
Just kidding, it's closing. Oh, sorry, guys.
Oopsies.
They didn't even give people a chance to ride it for the last time. They just leaked it the last day. What are you doing?
Which is sad, because they should have given a proper tribute, a proper goodbye. Do you know how many people would have paid money? How much money they would have made in admission that day?
You know what that did to the roller coaster industry when that thing first opened? It's thing had traction to it. It wasn't like you were closed. closing like the corkscrew, Candy Lake Park in New Hampshire, but it's like
If
a
I
staple.
never have to ride a corkscrew-like ride again, I'll be okay. For those of you that don't know, in Salem, New Hampshire is a little theme park called Canopy Lake Park, and there used to be a ride there called the Corkscrew. If I could rename it, I would call it the Whiplash 3000.
Pretty much. Or I'd call it the Mind Eraser 2.0 like they have in Six Flags.
Like, I think I got like 2 concussions from Corkscrew.
You were guaranteed at least one you were guaranteed at least one concussion right in that damn ride. But that was doesn't matter where you sat. Like I know
No.
like I got off. Like I had like I'm not even joking about this because this is a serious topic, but to make it light, like I had shaken baby syndrome getting off that thing, okay? Like that was like I was
It was the
confused when I
roughest
got off.
coaster.
Yep. It was short. It was like 10 seconds.
They had 2 corkscrews, and then you were like,
So yeah, you let the 2 spins and then they gave you the concussion.
but it's gone now. They just one day gone, and we were like, okay.
Okay, see you later. You've given out enough concussions. I think I've read that thing enough. I think I might personally have CTE. Who knows?
You may want to get a scan.
Yeah, I'm not joking about CTE, but you gotta throw it in there somehow.
Yeah,
But,
there's some dark humor in once in a while.
Jeez, man.
But I like to throw the twist in. What would be your ideal record-breaking coaster to replace Kingda Ka?
And if I had to be honest, bigger and faster.
Yeah. Okay. Same type of like when it shoot up straight up, or would you want like a chain lift?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I would go with like that form of stop because like that was a big, like how big the place. I think it was 455 feet or something like that. I think it's the exact number
I think so.
of how it was. But,
let me see.
I think for me,
it was 456.
I wouldn't say mimic it or in a way, but like I would love to see its own kind of something new. Kind of like how Velociraptor came out. Velocicoaster came out with its own entity on a ride.
Which is probably one of the top coasters in North America.
Yeah. Correct. And I would rather something unique rather than like something being mimicked from somewhere else. If that makes sense.
And I know Six Flags kind of lacks in the theming unless it's their DC theming things. Yeah. But it would be pretty cool if they kind of did some type of theming because Kingda Ka really just went up, down. That's it. There was no like scenery or anything.
Nope.
So it would be cool if it's like if the coaster was thrilling but also told a story.
Exactly. Yep, that'd be cool. That would be really cool. I think you hit that. I think you said that real well. I think Six Flags is lacks in the theming, and I think that could attract people if they were to bring something like that.
And I get that there's so many different Six Flags parks. I get it.
Sure.
It's not like Disney and Universal where they have Disney World, Disneyland, and they have Universal Hollywood, Universal Florida. I get it, but it still doesn't mean you just throw a coaster up and not theme it. Even SeaWorld themes their stuff.
Exactly.
So I would say some of them is themed. Some of it's just open air and nothing. But their newer stuff has been themed.
I was gonna say I think most of it has. For the most of it.
Pipeline.
So, yep.
What's the newest one? The Penguin Trek.
Yeah,
I think it's Penguin Trek.
I think it is Penguin Trek. I'm pretty sure. But they're getting better with it.
Yeah.
Credit where credit's due.
We're gonna have to take a little field trip to SeaWorld. But so I think we pretty much covered Kingda Ka. I mean, there's not much to say. Is that we're sad, we're disappointed that there was no announcement because I'm sure people would have flown all over from the country, all over to it.
I agree, and
I'm sure that's leaving a sour taste in a lot of fans' mouths, and they probably don't want anything to do with Six Flags. But
especially those who live in the area, like that's a staple for New Jersey. So
that's like Disney. And I really hope they never do this, but let's say 10 years from now, they're like, Cosmic Rewind's closed. It was nice knowing you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like saying like if Disney was a seasonal operations like Six Flags was, and then like the last day of the season, the last week of the season, they're like, oh, guess what? We're closing Cosmic Rewind, and
you'll never get to ride it again. Like,
what do you mean?
they even gave you a closing date for Ellen Universal Energy.
Yep.
Like, it's
Yep.
not like they were like, oh, Ellen's closed now.
I think the only ride that Disney's never done that with was Primeval World. That thing just sat there for months upon
I'm pretty
months
sure
upon
that one
months.
broke, and they
It
couldn't
did,
get a
and they
part or
couldn't get the
something.
parts.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
but
But even still, though, like I think actually, I think I got to ride that one before, like a few months before it went down.
that was my siblings loved that ride. There was like they always went on it multiple times. Like they tried to do back to
Me
back
too.
on it,
Yep.
and it really fit that carnival area because it's what you
Yes.
see at a fair.
I mean, that was like another neck breaker, depending on like what angle you got when you hit the curves.
Yeah, no, thank you. But since we've kind of flown our way into Orlando, I would like to talk about Universal.
Yes.
I just got back from a week-long trip. I know, a week at Universal. It's crazy, right? But it was awesome.
Yeah, Universal's so awesome.
We did Park Days, Volcano Bay. Dude, I went to Volcano Bay for the first time. Mind blown.
I have not gone there yet, and that's the consensus that everyone says when they
Like,
come
I
from
was
it.
like, I'm a fan of Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach, but going to Volcano Bay,
It's the shame I've heard.
yeah,
Yep.
it's
Everyone
it's
says it.
just modern, new feeling. You can tell that they actually put love into the park.
Yep. Yep. And their
Typhoon,
system too, the tapu tapu that they
yeah,
use,
dude, that's
real.
which is good for like summer rides. But the day we went, the only ride that we needed that was Krakatoa.
Wow. Okay.
Everything else was pretty much right on, or it was like 20 minutes for them. Besides that,
That's crazy.
I will say Krakatoa coaster was like got to 155 minutes, but again, tap the band and go ride the rides. Go to
See you
Lazy
later.
River.
Yep. Yeah, that lazy river looks so awesome.
Dude, I was like, what kind of lazy river is this? This is not lazy.
Nope. That's the opposite.
And then, like, at when Dudley Do Rights and Holly River Rapids, you know how you can spray people? You can spray people on the lazy river.
Yes.
You just tap your tapu on it, and it just. I think
What?
I felt bad because I got
At least with that though, there people are at a water park expecting to get wet.
except for the two people I got.
No one.
I was like, I felt bad because I pushed it thinking that it would go off and like hurt her feet, but it smashed them right in the face.
That's great.
One of them was sleeping, and I felt awful.
Yeah. I'm sleeping. Wake up.
Could you imagine just enjoying a relaxing ride on the lazy river, just taking a nap, and all of a sudden you got. And then we did the blue one that goes like up and then down and up again. Yep. Dude, that was crazy. My back was hurting after that one.
Yeah, I could get over there. That was so much fun.
It was good, and love the theming. I love like Hawaiian culture and things like that. So being able to experience that without going to Hawaii on the worst flight in the world, pretty good. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna think that's not Hawaii, but like, you know what I mean. You guys know what I mean.
But neither is Polynesia or Disney, so
yeah. Dude, careful, you're gonna upset a lot of people.
How many cancels?
Gary said the Polynesian sucks.
No, I thought you were my favorite. I didn't say that.
Besides Volcano Bay, we did a VIP experience.
Yeah, how was that?
Truthfully, I liked the one that was in Hollywood better.
All right.
So the one in Orlando, you get breakfast included, which is a gourmet breakfast buffet, which was good food considering I was eating hotel breakfast every day. To go to that breakfast, it was gourmet. And then of course you get the tour guide, so you get to go front of access on the rides, not just express. So when you're on the tour, you actually get front of line access.
Oh wow, okay.
And then after the tour ends, you can use your credentials as an Express Pass Unlimited.
Ah,
but when you're on the tour, it's front of line access.
All right.
Then you get lunch included. Usually they pick the restaurant, so it's we ate at Confisco.
It's not bad. Not bad.
No. You get about an hour to eat, and then you get discounts on merch. I think it's 10%, but my annual pass covers more than that. I get 15 on the AP.
Yeah.
And then you get like behind the scenes looks, which I can't talk about. You get cool facts, just the standard stuff like that. But I think
Like,
the reason
did they actually make you sound like a non-disclosure, or?
no, I was just being suspenseful. No, they took us backstage. We
Gotcha.
got to walk through the sound stages, the production center. But again, compare that to what I experienced in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Now, Hollywood,
Ridiculous.
you don't get a hot breakfast, but you get a continental breakfast, which is absolutely fine because at lunch you get a gourmet buffet with all you can eat, like really good food.
Mhm.
It's not like a Chef Mickey's buffet. Like it was real gourmet food on that one. And they only put out like a little at a time.
Josh, well, Chef people might come get you.
But then at Hollywood, you get the backlot tour.
Yes.
You get the private backlot tour. You get to hop off the tram. That to me is what makes it better because everything else is the same.
Now imagine this: if the VIP tour in Hollywood. Imagine your buffet is in one of the movie scenes in the backlot tour.
Dude, I would take my money. Like, could you imagine eating in the Psycho House or
That's what I'm
Bates
saying.
Motel?
How cool would that be?
Or eating in the Back to the Future courtyard?
Yes, that would be so cool.
Eating next to Jaws, like I don't know. Eating at the Good Place or Little Europe, where Pirates was filmed.
If you're listening, come on.
Dude, I want to go back to California so bad.
I know.
Yep. I mean, I know I shit on California, but I want to go back to Universal.
Like the theme parks, not the state.
I liked Universal Hollywood. Disneyland in California. I liked California Adventure. Disneyland and stuff. I mean, I could wait to go back, but I want to explore more of Hollywood in the movie studios because what a lot of people might not know about me is I love movies. I love the backstage aspect of it, of the movie sets and things like that.
Yep.
I've always one of my dream jobs as a kid was to be a producer on a movie or a TV show. We won't get into that why that didn't happen, but it didn't happen. But before I spiral out of control, besides the VIP tour, we did park time, but I did something special. So my birthday was on the 14th. On the 15th, I went to Orlando Informer.
Yeah, so jealous.
Dude, I was blown away. I mean, look at all this food that's included. Look at all these restaurants. Just ignore my notes. All my check marks of my Big Beck. But everything was walk-on except for Haggard's, but it was a minimum wait. So I think it was posted at 45 and it was really 25, 30 minutes.
Which is like unheard of.
And then, again, the food. If you didn't see my video, I think I consumed 50 different plates of food.
And now, people, you just heard that. So, if we hear that Orlando Informer goes up in their prices, we can thank Josh for that.
I can't say the joke I was going to say because it's not inflation's fault. But besides the food, there was character meet and greets. So you got to meet the Orlando Informer character, which is Churro the bird. The raptor encounter was open. They had characters around. Dr. Doom was out. But because it was a holiday meetup, I got to meet the Grinch.
Tell them how long it took.
Yeah, well, okay. Well, let's tell them how long they should expect to wait on a normal day. You should wait. You're probably going to expect to wait between 90 to 2 hours in line to meet the Grinch on a normal day. On a busy day, you're looking at 3 to 4 hours. I waited 10.
That's crazy.
10 minutes.
That's unreal.
I'll insert that picture right here. It was awesome. Because I lived in Florida for 4 years now. And I've tried to meet the Grinch for 4 years. Every time I went, the line was way too long. I didn't have the time to wait, or I just couldn't. I went.
Want to wait, it's
just didn't want, that alone made this worth it because
that's awesome.
Time is money, so
there is.
Time I spent waiting in line for the Grinch on a normal day would be time I'm missing out on rides or I'm missing out on meals. Which that makes me sound like a freaking big back, but you know what I mean.
The 50 plates.
But you know what I mean.
I know.
Like I'm I'm wasting the value of my pass waiting in line through 4 hours for the Grinch. So there's value in that, but they also open up the arcade games, the ones that they don't give you tickets, so like the basketball games, things like that, the carnival games included, and then they do the nighttime show. So they had the Hogwarts Christmas one was playing for us.
Wow. Okay.
So I mean, again, the value that I experienced, it was crazy. But it's not
awesome.
like, and it's not just like the restaurants and the quick service places. The snack stands, so the churros, turkey legs, pretzels, sodas, all the drinks are included. By the way, so if you want a butterbeer, frozen butterbeer, hot butterbeer, pumpkin juice,
wait, frozen butterbeer is included?
Uh-huh. And that's $11 a cup.
You would find me with my mouth under the machine at the frozen butterbeer stand.
So I actually got to try 2 new drinks to me. So I tried the orange fizzy, or what I think it was called, and the pumpkin juice. Dude, I think that I like
pumpkin juice.
I love those.
Yes, they were very good. Very good.
I actually think the orange fizzy is probably, I like it better than the butterbeer.
Yep. Yeah, for me, I'm not a huge fan of normal butterbeer.
The hot butterbeer was really good.
I don't like hot things.
Yeah, but it was cold that night.
So, but even still,
really,
I ice everything. Doesn't matter what time of year it is.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you're definitely from Boston.
I'm a New Englander, so for me, it's like ice everything. So when
20 below zero.
Butterbeer, yes, you'll find me in my shorts and iced coffee in hand when it's 20 below.
He's definitely from the North Shore.
If that doesn't say, I don't know what does. I feel like you had me at shorts, okay?
Yeah, you did. Might as well tell them where you live.
Yeah. Well, I live in Florida now, but...
But yeah, all the drinks are included, except non-alcoholic. I got to specify that.
Yeah, but for sure.
After drinking on my birthday, decided to stay sober, but they did have little bars set up, so they had tables, makeshift bars set up around the park. But another thing that's really not advertised is how empty the park is. So if you've always wanted that night shot of Mel's Dive-In with nobody around, you could get a perfect picture. If you wanted to get the marquee lights on the horror makeup show, you could get that.
Oh.
It was pretty cool. I would definitely do it again.
So we're going to have a field trip is what you're saying.
Absolutely. We'll have to do a field trip.
We'll do 100 plates of food that night.
Well, yeah, 50 for me, 50 for you. I was like, because I ate breakfast, but I didn't eat lunch that day. I probably just wouldn't eat it all in the morning or at lunch and just eat.
Take out all your hunger on the Orlando Informer.
Well, because the other thing which is good is, I know it's the same reason why I like buffets. You can try food that you normally wouldn't try.
Exactly. Yep.
But you don't get I don't really like fish, right? I'm very picky with the type of fish I eat. So I tried the fish and chips from the Three Broomsticks. I think it's probably one of my new favorite things.
Yep, it's one of the best actually. Yep, really good.
It was because you some places, I'm not going to name what parks, the fish and chips can be soggy.
Yes.
Those were fresh, crispy. And a big thing for me is a fishy taste, right? There was no overly fishy taste on that.
Nope.
So I'll probably definitely get that again. Turkey leg. I haven't had a turkey leg in probably 10 years. And I was like, well, I might as well try one. I wonder if they're still good. No.
Still no.
Then no. I took one bite and I was like, it was dry, but also greasy. Does that make sense? It was dry and I thought I was going to choke, but at the same time, it was dripping grease all over me.
Yeah, it's like they cooked it for 17 hours and just dipped it in oil afterwards.
Yeah. But things like that. I got to try different burgers. Krusty Burger, no. Not a fan. But the burger at Richter's, that was good.
Okay.
And their milkshake's like a Frosty. So if you get the French fries, you can dip them with,
Gotcha, okay.
But yeah, overall, I would do it again.
You heard it here. Do it. I got to do it.
Somebody was supposed to come with me, but he got food poisoning.
Yeah, food poisoning and newborn and all the above. And
responsibilities.
Responsibility.
But yeah, I mean, did sneak a Disney day in on that trip,
Sure.
which was my birthday. I spent half the day at Universal, and then I hopped over to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. But that was one day, 2 days at
Nice.
Disney, because
Yeah.
the next day I went to Animal Kingdom, had a dry dinosaur.
Yep. And not to put you on the spot, it's my turn to put you on the spot for once, finally.
Yeah, but I know how I can end the session. You can't. So.
Literally, I know control there. Speaking of your birthday, you had announced something on your birthday. Not so much of a spoiler.
I did.
But what's coming with that? Let's go.
Brutal Bites is expanding. Jerry, talk for a second.
Yep. So, like Josh just said, Brutal Bites, if you're not familiar with Brutal Bites, it's Josh's segment on his own social media where he reviews food and gives his honest opinions on them. So if you haven't seen it, check it out because it's definitely worth seeing. And I think what Josh is about to show is his new logo, if I'm not mistaken. New logo, which is unreal.
It was designed
so good
by the amazing Operation Exploration, which
you'll
meet her.
Yeah, definitely. Have to have her on.
Let's see, is that in frame? Look at that.
Such a good design.
Right? And we're working on it, but we are going to sell these if you want one.
Sign me out. I said it.
These will be available.
I said head trick. Let's go. I'll be first in line. I love the design on them.
But Brutal Bites didn't just get a new logo.
Nope.
It's expanding beyond just theme park reviews. So restaurant reviews, restaurant recommendations, how-to cooking videos, recipes, and a brand new website, the website will be launching in 2025, just because I want to make it perfect. But what Jerry neglected to say is that Jerry is a part of the team. Jerry is a founding member with me.
I wouldn't say founding member, but I would say.
Well, you're a founding member. You're pretty high up there.
I am, but dude, you created the aspect of it and the name of it. Like I told you from day one when you came out with Brutal Bites, like you trade like that is such a great name for that segment. Like, I've been on board ever since. So like that's unreal.
Actually, will read you. Oh man, you put me on the spot. I wasn't ready to announce.
I told you. Your turn finally.
Yeah, now I got to pull it up. Tell everybody. I will read you the mission statement of the brand new Brutal Bites. At Brutal Bites, we believe that food is not just fuel for the body, it's an experience. That's why we focus on completely honest reviews that don't hold back any punches. Our reviews are based on the TAP system: taste, affordability, and presentation. You shouldn't have to worry about being deceived and led astray when it comes to food and drink reviews. At Brutal Bites, we believe in an unbiased approach to our reviews. We will never accept any sort of payment in exchange for a review, and if we do accept payment, we will never guarantee a 5-star review. So what that means is if a restaurant invites us to try them out, I'm not holding back punches.
Sure, absolutely. Yep.
And if a restaurant has a problem with that, then I'll pay for the meal myself.
Yep, absolutely.
That is the problem with a lot of food reviews and a lot of food creators is they get invited to a place and they feel obligated to bullshit their way through.
Paid for. That's how I put it.
The amount of times I've gone to a place because I've seen an influencer or a creator say that it was good and it was the most disgusting meal I've ever had in my entire life, I'd be rich. So, absolutely. At Brutal Bites, the truth may hurt. Recipes, recommendations, and reviews. Well, we've launched on Instagram, but all the website stuff will launch in 2025. The how-to cooking videos and recipes will also launch in 2025. But the restaurant reviews, theme park reviews, we're expanding that. I've already got a few things like the foodie challenge I did at Orlando Informer. That was part of Brutal Bites. So there's big things coming. And it's not just me. I'm assembling the Avengers of food reviews.
Yes.
Jerry is first one on board, but
won't be the last. Definitely won't be the last.
It'll be fun. So I definitely think you should tune in. Just search Brutal Bites. I think is it underscore?
Yeah, underscore first and then Brutal Bites.
It's underscore Brutal Bites.
Yeah.
Check it out. We have the 2 videos on there right now. You won't be disappointed because I know a lot of people probably watch All Ears or Disney Food Blog for food or Disney Foodies. But how many times have you watched? No. But how many times have you watched their reviews and then went to go have one and didn't think it was as good as it was said to be. Because don't get me wrong, I love Disney Food Blog and I love all yours. It's basing, everyone has different taste buds, so that's why we don't rate just on taste. Because if something is $50, right, and I rate it a 2 on the taste scale, it's probably not worth $50. Because if I rated it a 2, the most you would probably give, someone else would give it as a 5, and therefore it's not worth $50 for. And that's so. If you're part of Brutal Bites, you would know the full formula we use, but all you have to know is it's the tap system, taste, affordability, and presentation.
Most important things.
Which honestly is actually kind of how Michelin stars are given out.
Yes, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Because it's not just about taste. And I mean, they don't really care about the affordability, but it's the presentation that matters the most. So if you like food and wine, I had the pumpkin mascarpone ravioli, and it was served to me in a bowl. In my mind, that turns it off for me. So it was one of my lower. It was not awful, but it was a lower rated item. And then a few weeks later, they switched to black plates. Had I been served it on a black plate, I probably would have given it a higher score because my brain would have registered it as, oh, this is nice.
Yep,
I like this.
Well, it's kind of like the theory. No, it's a theory. This has already been proven. But if you're a beer drinker like myself, I love like IPA beers and things like that. The glass that you're using goes a long way for the beer. So like,
I would say that for any cocktail, to be honest with you.
Correct. Yes.
If you serve me a margarita in a martini glass, I mean,
what is that? You know, like the
or wine, or give me a margarita in a wine glass.
Correct. Literally, you know, it's like it does.
You serve me an old fashioned in a
sippy cup,
martini glass in a sippy cup. Yeah, well, that would be a fun bar concept, but little Fisher Price bar. We got to stop. We got to stop giving our ideas for free. But yeah, that's the gist of it. I hope you check it out. But we're a little over time today because someone put me on the spot. So it's time for final thoughts. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome for putting you on the spot all the time. Final thoughts. I'll go first. My final thoughts today is if you're going to do a VIP tour, I would go to Hollywood. I'm not saying that it's not a value at Universal, but the other thing in Hollywood is the price of admission is included in your VIP ticket. But at Universal, you have to buy a 2 park to park ticket in order to do the VIP tour. So it's that plus the VIP tour cost. So to me, I think the value is better at Hollywood. I think the experience is better at Hollywood. So if you're only going to do one VIP tour in your lifetime, I would do it at Hollywood. And if you want to request a tour guide, I recommend requesting Elias in Hollywood. And our tour guides were Cindy and Lex. They were also good in Orlando. Jerry, what's final thoughts for you?
Final thoughts for me. If Josh says do it, you do it. I'm joking.
And end the episode.
No, I think final thoughts for me is takeaways. I think Orlando and Florida is a must for me. And we've already talked about this beforehand too. VIP tour in Hollywood for the backlot. That's like high on the bucket list for me. So that's not even a final thought. That's like a to-do list for me. So, but final thoughts though is, I know like I had put you on the spot, but definitely follow along. It's gonna be fun. You know, that's Josh. This is Josh's baby.
It is my baby.
To put it there. So like, as you already follow him on all your social medias, Josh is one of the hardest workers around for it. So like, you really know what's going to come from it. So I'll follow along. And myself too, I'm finally putting a bigger presence out on social media. I've been lacking with the whole newborn stuff like that. So like, been kind of lazy. I won't lie. So more coming for me too. So
yeah,
I gotta get myself out there.
And when Jerry puts stuff out, he puts good stuff out. So it's worth a follow, even if he's not posting all the time right now, because
for sure.
He's got a baby. I agree. He's got a baby, so he can't.
I think I got 2.
I'm a single male adult. I can go to the parks whenever I want to make content. But yeah. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Josh in the Parks.
Just kidding. Go ahead, Josh.
I'm Josh in the Parks on all platforms.
I'm It's a Bug Life on all platforms.
And this is In the Parks and Beyond podcast. You can find us on all platforms at intheparks_pod, or by searching In the Parks and Beyond on YouTube and Facebook. So put your hands up, and your lap bars are coming up.